Every great civilization in history. Every great civilization in history has faced an external enemy it could see coming. An army at the gates, a rival empire rising, a weapon being developed in the dark. Those threats were terrifying, but they were visible. The threat America faces right now is invisible. It moves in slow motion. It doesn't show up on radar, and most people, including most of Washington, have no idea how serious it already is. America is running out of Americans, not metaphorically, literally. The numbers are in and they are stark. The fertility rate, the number of live births per 1,000 women of childbearing age, has collapsed from 3.1 in 1950 to 1.6 in 2023. Think about that. We have cut our replacement rate nearly in half in a single lifetime. And unlike a stock market crash, or a policy failure, or a war, you cannot fix this overnight. You cannot print your way out of it. You cannot legislate your way around it. Demographics are destiny, and right now, America's demographic destiny is heading somewhere most people are not prepared for. But here's what almost nobody is talking about. This isn't just a social trend. This is a national security crisis, an economic earthquake, and the clock is already running. Let's go back in time for just a moment, because context matters here. 300 years ago, 94% of the world's population lived in poverty so extreme it is almost unimaginable today. No electricity, no antibiotics, no modern agriculture. Life expectancy in most of Europe hovered around 40 years. Then something happened. Population began to grow rapidly, and with that growth came something economists call the division of labour. More people meant more specialisation. More specialisation meant more innovation. More innovation meant more wealth. The entire arc of modern civilization, the Industrial Revolution, the technological explosion, the near eradication of extreme poverty, happened inside a single extraordinary era of population growth. Those two trends did not merely coincide. They reinforced each other. They fed each other. And now, to square sense, for the first time in 3 centuries, one of them may be ended. That's where things get genuinely interesting and genuinely alarming. Here is the picture in concrete numbers. The number of Americans aged 65 and older is projected to reach 82 million by 2050. That's 23% of the entire population. For context, that group was 58 million just 3 years ago, a 42% increase in dependence in less than 30 years. At the same time, younger Americans are not simply delaying parenthood. A 2024 Pew study found that the number of adults under 50 without children who say they are unlikely to ever have kids rose by 10% in just 5 years. This is not a blip, this is a structural, generational shift in values, economics and biology. And researchers have identified something they're calling procreative dissonance, a collision between the feeling of biological youth and the fixed reality of female fertility. Modern medicine allows people to feel 35 when they're 45. Biology does not negotiate. The biological window doesn't wait. What does this mean economically? The McKinsey Global Institute says younger generations will inherit lower economic growth and shoulder the cost of more retirees, while the traditional flow of wealth between generations simply erodes. That's a polite way of saying the people entering the workforce today are going to pay more, receive less, and retire later, if they retire at all. And then there is social security, the issue politicians have avoided for 20 years like a third rail. Economists in the Social Security Administration have warned for years that more beneficiaries and fewer contributors will make the program insolvent. One Foundation's 2022 analysis found that by 2034, less than a decade away, Social Security costs will exceed Social Security revenues by $437 billion annually. That is not a talking point, that is arithmetic. And arithmetic is indifferent to elections. But the real story is even bigger. The labour market transformation is already underway, and most people haven't registered it. Today, there are roughly 110 million Americans over the age of 55. Only 37% of them are working, and this is the part we should stop. 74% of them want to be working. The gap between desire and participation is enormous. Why? Because the retirement system is broken. The median savings for someone reaching retirement age today is approximately $50,000. But experts now estimate you need $1 million to retire comfortably. math doesn't work. Retirement as a concept, the idea that at 65 you simply stop and the system carries you, may be one of the great casualties of this demographic.